Hare Krishna. I have to share with you a very deep realization that I have realized just in few minutes. And that is the potency of prayer to Srimati Radharani. Just before coming down, I prayed to Radharani that I know the hall will be crowded. If I can get a very nice position where I can comfortably sit and hear the lecture, I think it will be your mercy. Sometimes when we pray, we don't realize how the prayer is going to be answered. I was trying to gather my thoughts, and as very beautifully His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj this morning explained the tattva and the appearance of Srimati Radharani. How Srimati Radharani is absolutely non-different from Krishna. She is the potency that attracts Krishna. You can imagine. What is that? The whole world is attracted to Krishna, but Krishna is attracted to Srimati Radharani. I have expressed it some other time also in the Radhastami talk that first time I wanted to prepare for Radhastami, but I wanted to make it very bona fide. And I wanted to hear Prabhupada's lecture on Radhastami. And it was about 25 minutes lecture. And I started hearing, and it was a glorification of Krishna. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how Krishna is glorious, Jagannath, how he controls the whole universe, everything. Almost like 15 minutes over, and I'm wondering, is this Janmashtami lecture or Radhastami lecture? And at the last, Prabhupada said, and this Krishna, after glorifying Krishna for the whole lecture, he said, and this Krishna is attracted to Srimati Radharani's love. So you can imagine who is Srimati Radharani. That's how we ended the class. Leaving the rest to think about the glory of Srimati Radharani, the power of love of Srimati Radharani. Truly, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities in truth, tattvataha, upon giving up this body, never has to come back to this world again. But he also says in this very Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam Sahasreshu, out of thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and out of millions of such people who are endeavoring, hardly one may know me in truth. That's the rarity. Even Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu explains the rarity, Sudurlabha, pure devotional service, by which Krishna can be understood. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. Only by devotional service. So, it is Sudurlabha, it is extremely rare. It is extremely rare. Muktanam api siddhanam narayana parayana Sudurlabha prashantatma kotishupi mahamuni. Among millions and crores of liberated souls, hardly one can ever know me in truth. A pure devotee of the Lord is so rare. But that same Krishna, when we approach via Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's much easier. When we know Krishna Tattvataha through the Pancha Tattva, then it becomes much easier. Actually, this Pancha Tattva stands for 6 truths. Vande Gurun, Isha Bhaktan, Isham, Isha Avatarakan, Tat Prakashamscha, Tat Shakti, Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, right at the very outset, begins by saying there's 6 truths. They are appear as 5 truths. Krishna himself has appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Isham. Then Nityananda Prabhu, his Prakasha Tattva, that means all the expansions of the Lord in the spiritual world, that is represented by Nityananda Prabhu. And also Guru Tattva, his Adi Guru. So Nityananda Prabhu represents the Prakasha Tattva and Guru Tattva. Advaita Charya represents Isha Avatarakan, all the expansions that descend into the material world. Then the Jiva Tattva is represented by Srivas Thakur. And the Shakti, the internal potency of the Lord, that is represented by Gadadhar Pandit. Through Panchatattva, it is actually so easy and very safe to understand Krishna Tattva, Radha and Krishna. Because, we had this Vaishnava songbook, old songbook, where on top there is Ras Leela shown. All the gopis and Krishna is dancing. Exactly below that, in that same posture, in place of Krishna or in place of Radharani, Lord Chaitanya is dancing along with his associates. Exactly the same position with Kartal and Mridang. That same Rasasthali is non-different from Shiva Sangan. But there is no confusion. There is no bewilderment. Because there, Lord Chaitanya, actually what is Ras Leela? This is the crest jewel of all the pastimes. The ultimate pastime, Unnata Ujjala Rasam, Subhakti Shriyam. The highest understanding of the absolute truth. That is given absolutely without any qualification. Patra apatra na dekhe sthana sthan, jai jahan paye tahan kare premadan. That is Lord Chaitanya's mercy. That we can access the most intimate pastimes of Krishna, take part in it practically. When we have the Harinam Sankirtan, anyone who has actually first time come into Nam Sankirtan, especially when very exalted devotees are chanting and dancing together, even they don't know what happened. They came inside and acted like madmen, they danced. After they go out, they wonder, what happened? I'm a very sober person. I'm very intellectual. And, what happened to me? I went mad. Imagine Jagai and Madhai, the most fallen people. Within a few days, they were in Shiva Sangan, dancing amidst Nityananda Prabhu, Balaram, Advaita Charya, Mahavishnu, Srivas Thakur, Narad Muni, Lord Chaitanya, Krishna himself, bouncing off, hitting, They were on the street, intoxicated with liquor, and the next few days, they are intoxicated with love of God. So, as Maharaj explained very beautifully this morning, Radha Krishna Pranay Vikriti Ladini Shakti Rasma. So through Chaitanya's pastimes, this Panchatattva can be very easy. It's very safe to approach Radha Krishna's pastime through the Panchatattva. Shri Radhayaha Pranaya Mahima Kidrusho Vana Yaiva Radhyo Yena Adbhuta Madhurima Kidrusho Va Madiyaha Saukhyam Chasya Mad Anubhavataha Kidrusham Veti Lobhat Tad Bhavadhya Samajani Sachi Garbhasindhau Harinduhu. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in the very outset, Mangalacharan, in 5 verses glorifies the Chaitanya Tattva. Who is Lord Chaitanya? And therein, in 1 verse, he gives the confidential reason for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. There he says, Krishna wants to understand, what is it? What is it? What's the glory of her love? What does she feel when she sees me? And what's it about me that attracts her so much? Even Krishna, he's supposed to be all knowing, but even he cannot understand. Like Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj one time explained, it is like sugar thinking, what is it about me that people are attracted to me? I want to know my sweetness, but sugar can't taste its own sweetness. Therefore, sugar takes the position of the person who is tasting that sugar and says, oh, really? It's like Krishna, these Nimbark Sampradaya people, followers of Pushti Margis, they have this very popular, famous shloka. Kararavinde padaravindam mukharavinde viniveshayantam vatasya patrasya puteshayanam balam mukundam manasa smarami. Kararavinde, this is seen by Markandeya Rishi. At the end of annihilation, he was swimming for hundreds and thousands of years, exhausted. And at that time, on a banyan leaf, he saw this little boy, bluish colored boy, sleeping, covered by the four directions, and sucking his own toe. Kararavinde, from his lotus hands, Padaravindam, he's holding his lotus feet. Mukharavinde, in his lotus mouth, little tiny lotus mouth, Viniveshayantam, he's sucking his own toe. Very difficult for us to do unless we are practiced in yoga. But a child can do it very easily. Children's body is very dexterous. Viniveshayantam, Vatasya patrasya puteshayanam, Balam mukundam manasas. Krishna is tasting. Why is he sucking his own toe? He wants to know, what is it about my toe? Kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadrisham. All pure devotees are hanging there. All are residing there. What is it about my toe that the devotees simply want to be there, permanently want to settle there, that they consider to be the ultimate destination, perfection of their life? Krishna wants to taste that. That is why Srimati Radharani is called Madana Mohana Mohini. She attracts even him. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami takes us to the dizzy heights of this love. And in Ramananda Rai's Samvad, if you read Ramananda Rai's Samvad, this goal of life is discussed. Lord Chaitanya is asking questions, Ramananda Rai is answering. Gradually it goes to the point of Radha and Krishna's love. And that's like too much already. And then he goes further and further and further and further. Ultimately, Ramananda Rai says, my Lord, I just don't know what I'm speaking. I'm like a stringed instrument and you are like the musician. However you play, I don't know what I'm speaking, but I'm just glorifying. And the most intimate, loving exchanges of pure love, absolutely pure love, unadulterated, unending love of Sri Radha. And actually, Prabhupada explains, Radha Krishna is nothing but exchange of love. And that's what we are actually able to appreciate by Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Otherwise, we have no qualification to be discussing these pastimes. There is a tendency, the bhakti goes on two tracks. These two tracks are the Guru track and Krishna track. If you take only one track, Guru track, you become Mayavadi. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwar. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. That is Mayavad. If you take only Krishna track and leave the Guru track, you become Sahajiya. You take very things cheaply. Yeah, Radharani came in my dream and she told me like that. Therefore, I'm doing this. thanks to Lord Chaitanya, we're discussing this. But this is worshipable, that's all. This is just anusmaraniya, not anukaraniya, not even anusaraniya. It is just anusmaraniya. Especially Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu after 19th chapter. I would like to share some incidents that comes to my mind. We were in Rawal many years ago, and His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj along with Krishna Kshetra Prabhu were giving a talk at the birthplace of Srimati Radharani. And that time Krishna Kshetra Prabhu asked this question. He said, Maharaj, how is it that Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis established deities of Krishna and they didn't establish Radharani? How is it? We are having Radha Krishna. So Maharaj said, you are a minister of deity worship. You should be telling that. And then he explained, actually, when our great acharyas see Krishna, they see Radharani within his heart. Actually, wherever Sri Krishna is, Radharani is always there within the core of his heart. When Prabhupada established Radha Parthasarathi temple in Delhi, some devotees are, Radha Parthasarathi? Parthasarathi is in Kurukshetra. Where is Radharani come there? No, wherever Krishna is, Radharani is always in his heart. In Brihad Bhagavatamrita it is explained that when Krishna is in Dwarka, all the queens are talking amongst themselves. And Satyabhama, Rukmini, they're discussing. We are wives only for namesake. But actually, when Krishna is sleeping, he's just sometimes Radhe, Hey Lalite, Hey Vishakhe. He's crying when you realize he's only talking about them. In fact, later, Krishna says, actually, you sent me love letter, therefore I married you. Otherwise, I was not interested. I didn't come asking for any of you to get married. You only send SOS messages. Please come, rescue, otherwise we are finished. Everyone, mind you, all the 16,108, nowhere Krishna put application. They put application. SOS, emergency. Krishna only responded very mercifully and accepted gracefully and gave them same status, whoever they were. That's an amazing thing. So Krishna says, actually I was not interested, but you people remind me of the gopis, therefore I got married to you. And beautifully Sanatana Goswami brings out the glories of the pastimes of the gopis and Krishna. So that's the... and another time I was listening to one talk, and there very beautifully it was explained that, like I was thinking, what does it mean to accept the mercy of Srimati Radharani? We say, please be merciful to us. What does actually mean? I was thinking this morning, what does it mean? I'm asking for mercy. So I have received or not, how do I know? Then I was recollecting two important talks where it was expressed that Krishna is, the literary form of Krishna is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of Krishna. Brahma Samhitam. It's actually form of the Lord in a book form. Just like Krishna comes in the deity form, Krishna comes in the form of his name, non-different. And Krishna in the form of literature is Srimad Bhagavatam. Nigamakal Galitam Phalam. It's absolutely pure. Dharma projita kaitavotra param. So it is Krishna. And within the heart of Krishna is Srimati Radharani always. So Radharani is there. And our acharyas, Rupa Goswami, has taken out Srimati Radharani and presented it to us. And that is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Actually, the book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is personification of Srimati Radharani. If you really want to understand Srimati Radharani, then Nana Shastra Vicharanai Kanipunau Sadharma Samsthapakau Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanya Karau. They are so worshipable that they have extracted very mercifully from the scriptures the Hladini potency that attracts Bhakti, Rasa, Amrita, Sindhu. As this it was discussed this morning, Bhakti is under the dominion of Srimati Radharani. She is the only one who is sitting within the heart of every living entity, and she is actually inspiring everyone. Maharaj was one time explaining how. Maharaj, I feel like Roma Harshan. You must come. I'll just tell this one thing, what Maharaj spoke. He said, Jiva Goswami explains, Krishna can whistle. And when he wants to whistle, he can whistle very nicely, And he can take pleasure. But he plays through a flute. And through the flute, various wonderful sounds come, which is more pleasing to him. So similarly, Krishna expands himself into so many wonderful living entities, and Srimati Radharani puts that Satchit Ananda, that drop in our heart that actually brings out. And when devotees reciprocate that love for Krishna in various ways, each one is uniquely serving Krishna, and that is actually very, very much satisfying. One time, Radha and Krishna were in a kunja, and Srimati Radharani was little morose, upset. And Krishna asked her, what's the reason? And Radharani said, I'm very upset. He said, why? He said, there is a rumor going on in whole of Gokul, and they are blaming me, and they are calling me Krishna Kalankini. That means you are contaminated by Krishna. And they are telling that to me. I don't understand why. Everyone, whole universe loves you. Lord Brahma loves you, Shiva loves you, all the rishis, tapasvis, munindras, they love you, and nobody blames them. And I love you, and they say Krishna Kalankini. This is too much for me to bear. I can't tolerate it anymore. I am seriously thinking of committing suicide if this continues. And Krishna said, be pacified, don't worry. Very soon, I will make sure that your glory is properly established, and I will prove that. You don't worry, be peaceful. And next day, Krishna doesn't get up from the bed. And Mother Yashoda comes in the morning and touches him, and he has got very high fever. And she's in anxiety. She puts him on his lap and she's trying to wake him up. Absolutely nothing. Krishna is completely fainted, unconscious. She calls Nanda Maharaj. All the Goward boys are coming and crying. She says, please go and call some doctor, you have to, Vaidya, call some Vaidya. We want to treat Krishna. He's not even responding. And immediately after Nanda Maharaj's order, everyone goes all over Braj and they're searching. Nobody is there. And while Nanda Maharaj is disappointed and returning home, he meets a doctor. Very brilliant looking doctor, very effulgent. And he has Ayurvedic books in one hand and some medicines, ready-made medicines in one hand. And is walking, and suddenly whomever he meets, he says, I'm a very famous doctor and I can cure any type of diseases. So immediately they bring him to Nanda Maharaj and he says, who are you? He said, I'm a doctor, I can cure any diseases, like that. He said, oh really? Please come immediately. So they take the doctor and bring him to Krishna. And Mother Yashoda. Krishna is sleeping and he checks. Very serious. Very serious. But don't worry, I have a medicine. Actually, I have a medicine, but I have a problem. He said, what is the problem? He said, I have a medicine which can cure this, but I need what is called as anupan. What is this anupan? He said, anupan is to put this mixture, we need a particular kind of water, medium, into which I have to put this medicine. And then, if I feed, Krishna will be all right within no time. But this anupan is the big problem. He said, what is that anupan? He said, this anupan is the most chaste person in the whole of Braj has to go to Yamuna and collect Yamuna water in a pot which has 1,000 holes. If anyone brings it, then I can mix this medicine and feed, immediately he'll be all right. Only a chaste lady can successfully bring that water. So immediately word spreads. And so many people said, we will do it, we will do anything for Krishna. And so many Braja elderly gopis, they said, we'll do, don't worry. They come, vying with each other, pick up the pot and go. And as soon as they pick up, everything gets emptied. They're really embarrassed. And then they come back. Morose, what to do? Then there, Jatila, the mother-in-law of Srimati Radharani, and sister-in-law, Kutila, who always are the most people who calling this Srimati Radharani, Kalankini, Krishna Kalankini. So Jatila says, let's go. We have to, protect Srimati Radha, Krishna and Yashodamai. So they go, and in front of everyone, Jatila claims, so sure enough, I'll go, don't worry. And she goes and slips and falls inside of the Yamuna along with the pot. And people have to lift her and bring her out. He said, it's all right, don't worry. And then Kutila says, don't worry, mother, I'll go. Let this be a proof. Let the whole world know how chaste I am. If I'm chaste to my husband, I will go. And then she goes, she also drowns inside. And when she is brought out, she's extremely angry. He said, if I am not chaste, then even Parvati cannot be chaste. What is this nonsense? This is not right. I don't know what is happening. After seeing all this, Mother Yashoda is in tremendous anxiety. She says, if there is no one, I will go. If I have ever served my husband with whatever little loyalty and sincerity, I will go and get it. The doctor becomes little anxiety. And the doctor says, there is one more condition I forgot to tell. The mother of the patient can't do this. So Yashodamai hits her head and says, what can I do now? Then everyone looks to the doctor. He said, you are our only hope. You tell, in this whole creation, is there anyone who is so chaste that they can actually bring this? The doctor says, I need to calculate. And he draws all kinds of yantras on the sand. And then looks and then again calculates. All kinds of figures he draws. Nobody understands what these figures are. And he says, yes. There is one person I feel who is the most chaste and she can do this. He said, who is that? He said, Radharani. So immediately Yashoda sends for Radharani. And Jatila and Kutila are watching it. He goes, she comes. And she offers her respect to Yashodamai, and then they are given. She is told, this is it. She accepts it and she offers her respect and goes. And she prays within her heart and goes to Yamuna. I forgot to tell. The doctor gives one more condition. From the Krishna's hair, he cuts a bunch. And he said, I will make a bridge of this hair. A person has to go on the bridge of this made of hair and pick up that water and bring it. That is the condition. And he makes a hair bridge. So Radharani goes there and she offers prayers. And she goes to the Yamuna and she sees, within the Yamuna, she sees the reflection of Krishna, who is smiling and encouraging her. Just go ahead, don't know. She feels very enthused. Then 1,000 holes in the pot. Then she goes and dips it and gets it out. And suddenly she sees 1,000 fingers covering the holes. Krishna has expanded, in a very inconceivable way. And then she brings it up and asks Lalita, Lalita, just see whether any drop is falling. She looks after 1 minute. Ek boond bhi nahi gira. Very good. Then she climbs on to the bridge made of the hair. And then she comes back and holds it. And the doctor is amazed. He falls at the feet of Srimati Radharani. He said, I have not known anyone more chaste than you. You are most glorious. Thank you so much. And he picks it up and mixes that medicine. And as soon as he gives it to Krishna, Krishna gets up and he says, I'm feeling perfectly all right. Hare Krishna. Srimati Radharani ki, Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki, Gaur Premanandi.